A Minute of Reason with Andy Hoosier.
Today, let's bring some reason into the Iranian situation, shall we? As of last week, we've seen Iran go from attacking an embassy to having one of their major generals killed to making threats to the United States and throwing missiles at one of our bases. Now they're talking about de-escalation. Now, this goes against the narrative that many Democrats have had, that saying that Trump's the one actually wanting to throw us into a war, that wants to create issues, and that we're the aggressors here in some way, shape, or form. Donald Trump did come out after the missile attacks and said that because no one was harmed, that we would not escalate this any further. We would try and make a deal, and that we would try and de-escalate the entire situation to not lead into further conflict and or a potential war with Iran. But it just wasn't enough for the Democrats. Just as of last week, we saw the House of Representatives, led by Nancy Pelosi, pass a resolution with 8 Republicans supporting and even 3 Democrats stepping away and voting against, limiting the ability that our commander-in-chief has over our military with any conflict in Iran, stating that in order for any type of conflict or any type of response to Iran, that they have to have congressional approval. Now, for those that understand the Constitution, there is something called separation of powers. There is something called checks and balance systems as well. But the problem is that Congress doesn't have the power to limit the commander-in-chief on what they can do with military operations, especially when it comes to an immediate response because of an attack from overseas. That's what led to the losses that we've seen in Korea and Vietnam. That's the kind of red tape and bureaucratic BS that we've tried to deal with for a long, long time when it comes to government approval, because we have something called a commander-in-chief that needs to respond appropriately when things happen. This is a serious issue that we need to address because we've bridged the constitutional powers of Congress and that we have violated the Constitution based on what Democrats have done for their political hatred against President Donald Trump.
For more great tips and reasonable talk, visit HoosierReason.com.